So here's the situation. We just started our game on Outback, and we're playing against a 5-stack that's a little out of my skill range. Being that my peak is only D2, I still don't feel like I can hang with champs completely yet, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Pick Doc because I'm a support anchor. I like being on site, so that's what I'm going to do. My goal is to stay alive long enough that I can use all my stims and heal my teammates. Do our typical pre-round prep phase stuff, you know, rotate holes, razor wire, the whole nine, until we get this calm.
They have BB and Montang and a Buck.
Not only do they have a Blackbeard, they also have a Monty, and they're pushing. They're coming from Shark Game side. We don't exactly know where, but we can see based on where he died that one's probably around Bull somewhere. And honestly, shields are kind of annoying, but BB's the worst of the three. His ability letting him charge into you essentially gives him melee priority over you, but we just need to play with our team here because good team coordination can easily beat shields.
I'm coming up Shark.
I know that's the BB in front of me, but I'm not really afraid of the BB or the Monty. I'm more afraid about who's fragging behind them.
Top Shark right now. Picnic.
Yeah, he's got somebody behind him ready to peek.
Blackbeard's over by the picnic table.
On that quick little look around, I look to see where my teammates are and what they're holding, and I see my teammates playing games head hole, and with my teammate just calling that the Blackbeard's behind the picnic table, I'm hoping if I swing he won't be looking at me, but I gotta be quick. That's Monty. Games. The swing does end up working out in my favor, and I do pick the Monty. But upon resetting, I kind of forget that they can see me through the games wall through picnic wall, and I end up getting picked. That is something I need to work on, is remembering all the angles I can be seen from when I'm doing a reset. The round ends up coming down to a 1v1 between my teammate and their thermite, and we end up losing. We're now down 0-1, and the start of the next round, we do choose to ban Blackbeard. They end up choosing to ban Capcan, I'm assuming because they think we'll pick him to counter the shields. I get the bright idea to go tube. In my head, with them banning Capcan, they're going to try and shield rush again. What better way to counter it than to literally slow them down? And he has a DMR, which is fantastic. Very shortly after the round starts, my teammate calls this.
They have a blitz going towards Reptile.
Underneath us? Yellow, maybe? Not being well versed on Outback, I don't play downstairs too much, so I don't really know where Reptile is, but I can assume that it's downstairs. However, we know they have a blitz, so they might try and do the same thing again. I love this angle on this side. If you blow out the top corner of this wall, you can see through breach wall most of the time, and most people don't usually swing this angle. However, my teammate did just call that we're getting 3-man rushed by 2 shields and an Ash from party side, so that becomes my main focus.
I got Buck.
Monty's right here.
I got the blitz.
Goyo, who's roaming, does end up picking the blitz and the Buck both off. I see my Oryx fighting, and he calls that Ash is tagged. I'm assuming she's near Bull window, so I try and Kobe a Zoto canister over there, hoping that I can help the situation a little bit.
One outside the wall still.
And we have a thermite still sitting outside a breach. I actually don't know if I can hold this for very much longer. If you see me do a lot of double takes and look arounds in these situations, it's because I'm also trying to envision where a gap would be in our defense. I noticed on this look around that Goyo and Oryx were still on Shark side of the map. Frost is currently sitting in bathroom, which means the gap in the defense is currently top yellow. I'm going to do a quick jiggle peek at top yellow to make sure there's nobody there, and my teammate's going to pick the Ash. So my Frost just got picked bathroom, which I can assume that means the thermite's in through breach. If I don't hear footsteps immediately in bathroom, that means he's peeking the door on my right.
Monty on Shark stairs.
I do end up winning the one against Therm. I don't really know if the canisters did anything, because I didn't throw them very well, to be honest. But I'm still learning tube. My teammate did call out that Monty was Shark stairs, and in a 2v1 situation against a shield, I like to try and push the advantage, but you have to make sure that your teammate's on the same page you are.
Operator standing.
I got no canisters left.
Come play off of me.
Honestly, I'm glad my teammate said something, because I think I was getting ready to make a really big mistake here. I think I was getting ready to go play yellow or go somewhere else, and that was the wrong decision. And my teammate does one of my favorite things in this game to do, which is Oryx rush a shield, which puts us on the board, making the score 1-1 with us going into our last round of defense. We end up taking the second shield ban, being Monty, and they ban our Goyo. Without being able to ban Ram, we're obviously going party. And with a site like this, I don't really know how to set it up fully every time. I know where certain rotates are supposed to be. I know where certain footholds and head holes are supposed to be, but with the quad wall and bull, I'm never really sure what to do. And when I don't know what to do, I just stick to the stuff that I know, so that's what I'm setting up. We do start this round off with an unfortunate TK. Honestly, this round, not much really happens early on. I think with us removing 2 of their shield picks, they're kind of playing a little bit slower now.
You said they're in games already?
Yeah, it's a finka.
Shield, party door.
But we do know that there is a Finka in game, and we also know that they have a shield. And with only Fuse and Blitz left, we obviously can take a guess that it's Blitz. Our Warden ends up picking 2 people on Bull side, and yes, I am still holding this angle. I honestly don't know why I held this angle for so long, which ends up not only getting me killed, but also my Warden.
Hey, take your deagle and shoot that soft wall above you.
Bottom stairs. God, he's snuck up on me. However, our bandit hits a really nice shot, immediately getting the refrag and bringing it back down to a 2v1, which does eventually lead us to winning the round. We're going into halftime up 2-1, and since we're in halftime, I'd like to take a second to just thank you guys for all the short form love you've been showing the situations. This is my first attempt at a long form since we hit 10K just off of shorts, so feel free to tell me what you like and what you didn't like, since I'm still trying to feel out how I would get my pacing down for these. But thank you for watching. Let's get into the second half. This first round, nothing spectacular to show for bans. I end up picking Zofia for my first attack. Played against somebody on the other team a few times, and he was a really good Clash main. With Clash being the way she is this season, Zofia's been my counter pick to her every time I think I'm going to see her. However, during drone phase, we do end up pinging all 5 of their team. Since I see that they aren't playing Clash, I switch really quick over to Twitch. Being the support that I do like to play, I like her DMR, and I like the fact that I can break Goyos and Valcams without ever going in the building. While I'm droning out looking for util and flankers, my Thermite ends up getting a pick. We manage to get main wall, and our Blackbeard pushes into bunks. Since I have a Nomad close to breach and a Blackbeard already in, I'm just going to play the heavy support role. I'm not really in a position to help, so I'm just going to drone him in. One's on that ping. He's close, she ran. Nice. I'll drone you guys in. And after clearing bathroom, I make a mistake here. I don't fully clear A site with my drone. I forget to check what's directly to the right of this door. I just gotta remember to try and check all my corners when I'm droning.
Let's go on A.
He's in that corner. Last one's Bull, holding from Bull. Now that we know where both of them are, I'm going to get off my drone and go help them get the plant down. The Goyo ends up winning the 1 against the Blackbeard before I can even get in the building.
He's still alive. He's sitting in the corner of the drone hole.
Cabby's in piano.
I kind of get tunnel vision on this Goyo, and with the Cav just called piano, she could be playing in that rotate waiting for me to swing this door, but I'm swinging the Goyo anyway.
You can kill that Goyo from the drone hole.
Cabby's piano.
Cav ends up picking a second, which puts us in kind of a tough situation. But we know where she's at. We got a whole minute to figure out how to win the round. I hear my teammate getting plant down here, so I'm just going to lay down covering fire. And don't forget, they made it so you can break the zombie barricades by shooting them. I hit a nice headshot to end the round, bringing us up to 3-1. We end up banning Goyo, they ban Thermite. I think Goyo's a good ban. Maybe not next season once they remove his ACOG, but this season he is very, very strong. And I'm playing my most played attacker, which is Dokkaebi. 2 of my teammates get picked, and that puts us in a 3v5 pretty early on in the round. I end up getting a good pick on the castle to bring it down to a 3v4. I don't have a lot of time here, but I don't want to run in blind. Just playing on washing machine. I make another mistake here. I don't play with the Blackbeard. I just run in by myself and I end up just dying for no reason. I still had 30 seconds left. I should have just slowed down and tried and play with the Blackbeard, but you live and you learn. My teammates put up a good fight, but we end up losing the round. Starting off round 6, I vote to ban Azami. I think a really good Azami player is extremely difficult to deal with, and they vote to ban Blackbeard, which I completely understand. We're about halfway through this round. It's down to a 3v4, and both my teammates are in-game side of the map. I just threw my drone in through garage door. We're going to see if we can find a flank.
Clash is top shot.
I use an air jab to cover my flank, but I managed to get into garage steps.
Splash on 2. There's also 1 deep party.
I step on a Legion mine, and I assume that they know I'm here now. I throw out my last 2 air jabs, one over the door and one over the rotate, and I do make a mistake here. I play this flank just a little too slow. By the time I'm in a position to help my teammates, there's only 15 seconds left in the round. I think if I'm just a little faster, I think this is an easy win.
On electrical door.
10 seconds left.
Clash is top shard.
There is no
Falcon sight.
But after getting the first pick, we do end up losing the round, taking us into overtime. For our first defensive round in overtime, I'm picking Doc. 2 minutes left in the round and my teammate gets picked.
2 below. Blitz is really low. Mine's going through party.
One was just piano. Thank God she swings me with the SMG-12 as opposed to the DMR. I killed her, but she rushed piano. It was the Doki. She brought us Case. And she died with Case, which really doesn't mean that much as they still have 2 minutes left in the round. About 1:20 left in the round, we're down to a 2v3. My teammate got picked by somebody in bunks, and we still have diffuser down in piano. I'm not going to move from this corner, but the guy in bunks is the immediate threat, so he's who I'm going to focus on.
And kids.
My teammate gets a quick refrag on the guy in bunks. Even though they call kids, I call it bunks. If that annoys you, I'm sorry.
Blitz party. Picnic.
He's in piano. He's in piano.
Down yellow. The blitz just grabbed diffuser and runs down yellow. I'm going to go try and cut him off.
Going, yeah. No.
Op
Good.
4, last operator
I think
standing.
the last one might have been
Last
bull.
one.
My teammate does end up catching the blitz rather quickly. I just take an educated guess based on where I think she would be, which would be bull side somewhere. She ends up coming through games, and she's worked her way up into the split hallway in front of me. Bathroom.
Ours.
She ends up using a grenade to mask the sound of her swinging bathroom door. Along with my whiff, she manages to take it down to a 1v1, but luckily my teammate was playing off of me to get a refrag, which brings the score up to 4-3. We are attacking and I'm bringing Zofia. If they play Clash again, I want to be ready for it. With about 45 seconds played, I get the easiest pick of my life.
Do we have any hard breach?
That's Fenrir.
Negative.
No.
After I hard breached the wall and wasted another minute looking for another pick, I finally get in the building. My IQ's already on site. I have diffuser. I want to get over there and try and plant. That's Doc. My teammate wins his one and I win mine as well. Now I want to wrap around through picnic and plant. I'm coming to plant.
Back on
Left side
laundry.
laundry bathroom. One yellow hall.
Down to 1 friend.
Yellow hall and laundry.
On my way over, they both get picked, leaving me in a 1v2. Based on their calls, I kind of do know where they are. One is yellow and one is laundry. I end up getting on site, but I do take a gunfight with the guy in the bathroom, and then Mute hits me with a really nice nitro.
Still playing the bathroom.
From where?
Eliminated.
Underneath. Which brings us to match point 4-4 in overtime. We're on defense, and I'm going Echo. Somebody in my chat put me onto Shotgun Echo, and I've been kind of digging it, to be honest. Got a good sidearm in the bearing 9, and me having a shotgun lets me set up sight, along with being able to play really close angles. I used one of my Echo drones this round as a flank cam to watch my bottom garage steps, and the last one I just used to kind of roam around and get intel from my teammates. While I'm roaming around with my drone, my teammate ends up getting picked, putting us down to a 4v5, but he does call out this.
Games.
Yeah, games. Close on games door.
There's like 3 or 4 of them in games.
And you know me, I don't do much aside from hold this angle for more than half of the round for some reason.
Dokubi's close on games wall.
Rotating back to site.
My bandit ends up going all the way around and coming up through garage steps, so I'm going to move my cam. While moving my cam, it goes down to a 3v3. With less than a minute left in the round, I want to try and get both my cams in a position to deny the plant.
One friendly operator
Party
remaining.
door.
Despite getting a pick on this angle, I can't help but feel like I sold my team. I feel I played a little too slow. I should have played up closer to bull and maybe they both wouldn't have gotten picked, but now it's down to a 1v2. With only 25 seconds left, I'm going to deny the plant.
Party. Going electrical.
I take a very defensive position here. I crouch underneath the garage steps, fully under the impression that I can deny plant long enough to just win us the round.
15 seconds.
Planting.
Time expires in 10 seconds.
And I was so disappointed in myself in this part. I did get the echo drone to stick to the roof, but I don't feel like I did. I could have easily denied the plant by just shooting. I think I was worried about hitting this pole. I was worried about it not being stuck to the ceiling. I made a mistake. The only way I can try and remedy this mistake is by still trying to win the round.
Both ran out to shark.
On 4 ping prone.
Party door. Prone shark table.
My teammate gives me a good call here that she's prone behind shark table, and they give me a ping. Oh, she's not dead. I say that because I thought I headshot her, but I obviously didn't. And whether I downed her or not, it is a finka. She probably just rezzed herself. Regardless, I whiffed the kill to put it down to a 1v1.
Back shark
Two
stairs.
shark stairs.
And since both my teammates calmed at the same time, no fault to them, I don't in fact hear the 2 shark stairs call, so I'm still playing like somebody's party door. Which results in us losing the round and losing the game. And GG's to the other stack, they were all very good and they played very well off of each other. It was a close game and there were a few rounds that we could have cinched it earlier than letting it go to 4-4 overtime. But this is a big part in why I do the situations, whether they're short form or long form. They help me learn what I could have done better, what I should have done better, and how to improve my game. And if they happen to help you guys too, man, that's amazing. I love that. A few of the takeaways I can get from this game is that I need to be more proactive and less reactive, which means I need to not let them just take as much space as they want and then try to react to them being there. I should try and hold the space initially to the best of my ability to not even give them the chance. And for the love of God, stop holding the same angle for multiple minutes during a round. I still cannot grasp how many times I actually did that in this video, just holding that same garage foothole angle over and over and over again when it netted me 1 kill. At the end of the day, you live and you learn. This was my first try at doing a long form situation, and feel free to give me any criticism, any comments, any love you have in the comment section. If you did happen to like the video, feel free to drop a like. If you want to try and catch one of these games live, I do stream on TikTok and Twitch simultaneously, trying to work YouTube in there, but we're not quite there yet. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.